I want all my strong ones to come to the front of the class. The ones who never need help, the ones who always keep it together, the ones who always find a way, the ones who always got it, the ones who figure it out, the ones who hold the weight of the world on their shoulders, the one who looks after everybody, the one who solves everybody's problems, the one everybody calls when they need help. I want you to come to the front of the class. Come to the front of the class, my strong ones, my super women, the ones who always got it all put together on the outside, but on the inside, they are crumbling. They are falling apart. Not only mentally, but physically. Today's conversation is for you. I know firsthand that you became the strong one because you had to. Because at some point in your life, you became constantly disappointed in the people around you. For them not showing up for you. For them not returning to you what you've given to them. Support. A place to hold space. To listen to them. To let them know they're safe and they're okay. There was some point in your life where you didn't get that. And so you learned that you had to do that for yourself. You learned that you couldn't depend on anybody. You learned that you got you. You learned that I will figure it out because I always do, because I always have to. You learned that you have to be strong. You lean into your masculine because that is what has helped you to survive. I get it. I know. I've been there. You were the one in your family that everybody calls a strong one. You were the one in your family that everybody says nothing can knock you down. You were the one in your family that everybody calls when shit hits the fan. You were the one that everybody calls for advice. You were the one that everybody goes to for everything because you know how to figure shit out. You know how to overcome anything and everything because you've always had to. And people look at you like you're literally a superhero. But inside you're crumbling because it's become too much. And it's getting in the way of your healing journey. Because you cannot heal while you're in survival mode. You cannot heal being the strong one. You cannot heal in the state that you're in right now that taught you to be tough, that taught you to be strong when you're trying to heal, because healing requires vulnerability. Healing requires that you soften. Healing requires that you pour into you and that you stop abandoning yourself and you stop showing up for everybody else, yet abandoning yourself. A lot of times what tends to happen is we start having a lot of tower moments in our life where everything is falling apart. Nothing is working. You're having issues at work. You're having issues at home. You're having issues with the kids. You're having issues with your partner. You're having issues with your parents. You're having, money's not coming in. Everything around you is falling apart and you feel like you're losing your shit. And you start to wonder, why is this happening to me? But the turnaround comes in the reframing of, why is this happening to me, to what is the lesson? This is happening not to me, but it's happening for me, because there's a lesson in this. The universe is going to continue to make you uncomfortable until you change what you're doing, because you cannot get to where you want to go doing the same things that you did to get you to where you are now. So it's going to make you uncomfortable, because most oftentimes us, the strong ones, only move when shit hits the fan. We know we're supposed to be doing other stuff. We know we're supposed to be resting. We know we're supposed to be saying no. We know that we're not supposed to be doing the most. But it's our default setting. It's how we're wired, or how we've become wired through our past experiences of constantly being let down, of constantly not having people showing up for us. So I get that it's hard. Trust me, I get it. But there has to be a moment in life where we have to say enough is enough. I have to try something different if I want a different outcome. And on top of those tower moments, what is happening, because when we're put in those tower moments, we start to spiral mentally. The anxiety kicks in, like, how am I going to make ends meet? How am I going to get out of this? Is there a light outside of this tunnel? We start going straight into problem solving mode of, we got to fix this. We got to like get to the other side somehow, some way. We got to crawl through the window to make it happen because the door is closed. That's what we're used to, right? But what's going to end up happening is not only are you going to start spiraling mentally, you're going to start breaking down physically too. And it's probably started already with a lot of tension in your body. A lot of tension, a lot of aches, of just feeling tight everywhere and just tense around your shoulders. You know, maybe you can't sleep, you're having chronic fatigue. No matter how much rest you get, it's never enough. Cognitively, you're declining. It's hard to even formulate a sentence. It's hard to speak. You don't have the energy to type an email. You don't even have the mental capacity to put words together to formulate a sentence. Your phone rings and you're agitated because it's like, somebody else needs me. What the fuck? Leave me alone. Somebody else needs you and you are at negative capacity. You don't even have the capacity for yourself, let alone anybody else. And this is what happens when we go into burnout. This is how the body reacts. When we are in burnout, it starts to shut down. And if we continue to not listen, what's going to happen is you're going to end up in chronic pain. And if you still don't listen, you're going to end up with a chronic illness. And we already know what the worst case scenario can be, which is what we don't want for anyone. We don't need you 6 feet underground. Because stress is a motherfucker. And I'm talking from experience, from someone who has been dealing or who dealt with chronic pain, because I did not listen to the cues that my body was giving me to stop. To stop abandoning myself. To stop being there for everyone else and not being there for myself. And mind you, I thought I was doing it. I thought, oh, because I meditated, because I started walking slower, because I was having my morning routine, that I was doing the right thing. But I wasn't, because I still wasn't enforcing my boundaries. I still wasn't speaking up when I needed somebody to support me. I didn't even know how to formulate those words because I've been taking care of myself and everyone for so long, being superwoman and the strong one, that I didn't even know how to ask for help. That when people would ask me, hey, how are you? I'm fine. Like, you didn't even have to finish asking the question. I'm like, I'm fine, I'm fine. Meanwhile, inside, I am breaking down, not only mentally, but physically. I'm having the migraines. I'm having the tension in my muscles, in my shoulders, in my hands. The hip pain. I can't sleep. I can't even think straight. Like, my brain is literally on fire. My brain cannot do anything else. I can't even like read. I can't be on social media. Like, everything feels so overwhelming because I'm so burnt out. I'm so at capacity. I am beyond capacity. And this is what happens to the strong ones. This is what happens to us, the strong ones. The ones who hold it together, the ones who figure it out, the ones who always have a solution to every problem, the ones that everybody goes to for advice. We learn to show up for everyone else, yet we can't even show up for ourselves. And our mental capacity and our physical capacity is going to pay the price. We're going to start to feel depleted, exhausted, cranky. Like, I knew shit was hitting the fan when I was catching an attitude with my dog. Like, I was even yelling at my dog, and I never yell at my dog. My dog is my baby. That's how I knew shit was hitting the fan. Because, like, my kids couldn't even look at me because I was already ready to spaz out. Like, nobody better come to me talk about they need something. Like, leave me alone. I cannot. And I started to ask myself, like, why is this happening? And it took even, I remember there was a time where it was so bad that I was burnt out and exhausted so bad. And I literally sent a text to my family and I was like, nobody reach out to me. I don't have the capacity for myself right now. I am going through it. So I will not have the capacity for you. You're going to have to figure shit out on your own. And if you disrespect my request, I'm going to have to block you. And of course, my family was worried because they're like, oh shit, what is going on? Like, everybody was blowing up my husband's phone. Like, is she okay? Like, because it got to the point that, like, even for instance, like with my sister, who's my best friend, like, she would call me, and she's my little sister, so I get it. And anybody who has a smaller sibling, you know, I'm the middle child, but I'm still like the oldest daughter, because my oldest sister she just wasn't around. But anyway, and I would sit there and listen to her talk about her day and her issues, and she was asking me what should she do, like our normal talk. And I was so depleted and so emotionally gone and physically exhausted that I was like, I can't do this anymore. And she's like, what? And I'm like, and this was after I sent the text. I went like 3 or 4 weeks without talking to anybody because I really needed to gather myself, and I really needed to just go inward and really figure out, like, where is this all coming from? You know, I became very curious, and I needed to do a lot of soul searching, and I couldn't do that while still holding space for other people and while still being there for other people. I couldn't. And so once that time passed, you know, I had a conversation with her. Tazzy, stop, Baba. And I told her how I was feeling, of how I always feel like I'm there for everybody. I'm everybody's go-to. I'm everybody's support system. I'm the one who always figures it out, but who's there for me when I need people? And of course she started bawling, and we got through it. But it's just, a lot of times we don't speak up for ourselves. We don't. At least I know in my case I didn't. And that was part of the problem of, I needed to start voicing my opinion. I needed to start telling people how I felt. I needed to express my emotions. I needed to be able to let people know what I needed from them. And for those who, you know, couldn't do that for me, then that was the end of the relationship. Because I was done exerting myself for people and it not being reciprocated. And for the people who just weren't either able or willing to reciprocate anything, it was done. It was a done deal. I was like, that's it. Because I can't continue being there for everyone else. Oops. yet not being there for myself, not giving myself what I needed. Because we deserve to feel safe too. We deserve to feel supported. We deserve for people to hold space for us too. Because what happens is when you fall into this strong one personality or this strong one role, you're sinking into survival mode. Your nervous system begins to feel overwhelmed. Your nervous system begins to be at capacity. Really, Taz? I'm on live. You're going to have to wait 15 minutes, buddy. You'll survive. It starts to feel overwhelmed, right? It starts to, its comfort zone is to be in fight or flight or freeze. So when you've gone so long with being the strong one, what happens is your body doesn't feel safe enough to relax, which is probably why you can't meditate, which is probably like why resting feels so uncomfortable for you, which is why speaking your truth feels hella uncomfortable, because in your mind you're like, you should fucking know this. Like, why do I have to tell you? But unfortunately, you have to tell people because not everybody gets it. Your nervous system starts to get stuck in fight or flight or freeze. So being calm, being in a calm state is something that can't happen when your nervous system is on fire. So no matter how much you try to live the slow life, it's not going to happen because you have to get your nervous system out of that state so it could finally soften and feel safe and start the healing process. And that can only happen by you doing the opposite of what you did to get you in survival mode, of the pushing too hard, of the problem solving, of the I got this, I don't need help, I do it the best, you take too long, I'm gonna just do it myself. Your nervous system cannot heal by you pushing. It's too masculine. It needs you to slow down. It needs you to ease. It needs you to soften. It requires a slower pace. And that's how it's going to start to feel safe. Because when you've been doing too much, holding too much, going through the motions, disconnected from life, not being able to feel your emotions because you're just occupied by doing too much. You don't have time to sit down and feel what you're going through, or maybe you want to work it away. Been there. So you notice that when you finally start to slow down, all these emotions start creeping up and you don't know what to do with them because you've never had to deal with your emotions before. And it's scary. You're like, holy shit, what I gotta cry? Like, I can't cry. I gotta survive. I can't cry. I can't be emotional right now. Like, you gotta man up. You gotta get it done. Get it done. You don't got time to cry. We'll cry later, and later never happens. So when you finally break down and you finally cry and you finally have a knees to the ground moment, it becomes this big thing because your body has been dying to exhale. Your body has been holding on to so much and it's been dying to release it, but you don't let it. You don't let it. You keep pushing harder. And this is going to cost you your mental health, and it can cost you your physical health, and it can cost you your life. Because I talk about the spectrum of burnout, right? It starts with just feeling exhausted. It starts with you feeling like you start getting cranky. It's no longer I'm hangry. No, it's like you're cranky all the time. Everything sets you off. You don't have any patience. You can't sleep. Then it turns into physical ailments of tension in the body, headaches, migraines, knees hurting, neck hurting, back hurting, gut issues, Then it goes even further to these things happening once in a while to it now happening all the time, every day. So it turns chronic and it becomes chronic pain, which is what happened to me. You keep going. You don't listen. You keep going. You keep going because us strong ones, we're stubborn as fuck. You keep going. You keep going. That chronic pain turns into a chronic illness. So now you're looking at multiple sclerosis. Now you're looking at lupus. Now you're looking at fibromyalgia. Now you're looking at rheumatoid arthritis. Now you're looking at chronic fatigue. Now you're looking at long COVID. Like now you're looking at, I'm trying to think of all these different, from the top of my head. You know what I mean? You're looking out and then you keep going. You don't listen. You keep doing the most. You keep doing too much. You're not resting. You're being there, showing up for everybody but yourself. You continue being the strong one, not asking for help, not accepting help. It's going to take you to chronic illness. Now you have cancer. Now you have breast cancer. And you keep going. You don't listen. You keep pushing through. You keep not speaking your truth. You keep not standing up for yourself. You keep showing up for everybody. You keep abandoning yourself. Eventually, your body's going to give out. It's going to say, I'm done. Next lifetime, please. Why is it that so many people like in hustle culture, right? Especially like the boomers. Work, giving their life to the job, giving their life to the job. They retire. What happens? Now they're sick. They can't even enjoy retirement. Now they have cancer. And this is the result of you being the strong one. This is the result of you not pouring into yourself. This is the result of you showing up for everybody and not showing up for yourself. This is the result of you abandoning yourself. Because the universe is gonna keep making you uncomfortable because it's trying to get your attention. But we're stubborn. So many of us will keep pushing through. We'll even fall into victim mode as to why is this happening to me? I'm a good person. I used to say that all the time. I'm such a good person. Why does this shit? It's like if it's not one thing, it's another. When it rains, it pours. Like, what the fuck? I'm a good person. Why does this keep happening to me? It's because the universe understands your potential, yet you don't. So the universe is trying to make you uncomfortable so that it can move you forward to the next level. So you could graduate to the next level. You can complete that game and move on to the next one. But because you're comfortable and you don't want to get past this hurdle, you don't want to drop the armor. You don't want to take off the superwoman cape. You don't want to burn the cape. You don't want to ask for help. You don't want to rest. You don't want to create boundaries. You don't want to maintain boundaries. You don't want to enforce your boundaries. You don't want to tell people exactly how you feel. You want to keep bottling things up. Then of course it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse, and change is not going to happen until you do something different. It's not going to happen until you do something different. And this is why capacity is such a huge signal, because when you are at a negative capacity, when you can no longer do the things you used to do because mentally you don't have the capacity, physically you don't have the capacity, you're exhausted, you're beyond exhausted, you're burnt out, you're done. Like there's no gas left in the tank. There's no tank. You are so depleted. That should be your cue of like, I need to do something about this before it gets worse. And if you're thinking, oh my God, Julie, but I'm so exhausted, I can't add anything else to my to-do list. I tell you again, healing doesn't happen by effort. It happens by you surrendering. It happens by you letting go. It happens by you being curious. It happens by you letting go of the things that you don't need in your life, the things and the people that you don't need in your life, that job that you fucking hate, that spouse that gets on your fucking nerves and you're sick of his ass or her, whoever. The co-workers, the toxic job. These are things that are not meant to be in your life, yet you keep fighting for them to be there, yet you're miserable. It's why you're breaking down. You have to start letting some of that shit go. Maybe not all at once, maybe little by little to, give yourself some confidence that you can do it. But the healing is going to happen when you soften. The healing is going to happen when you surrender. Because you have to give yourself capacity. You have to give yourself that fuel to pour into you. And for you to figure out what was that point in my life that made me think that I didn't need anybody? What was that turning point in my life that made me say, I got this. I can't be depending on people because they always let me down. If this is resonating with you, you could click the link in my bio to hop on the wait list for my Return to Self program. When it launches, you'll be the first to find out about it, because this is exactly the work that we're going to be doing. And in case you're wondering, what are some little simple shifts that I can do today, besides the big surrender and the big stopping and the big look inward? Really ask yourself, because this is literally what I do now. Ask yourself, what is it that I need now? What is it that I need right now? Do I need sleep? Do I need to move my body? Do I need to dance? Do I need to exercise? Do I need to do yoga? Do I need to journal? Do I need to sit in nature? Do I need to spend time with my dog or my pet? Do I need solitude? Do I need silence? Do I need sleep? Again, rest. Do I need to laugh? But I don't want you to disengage and go onto the doom scroll or do the numbing of watching TV just to, escape your thoughts and your emotions. No, not that. I also want you to notice where you've been holding on to tension in your body. Where is it in your body that feels tense right now? Is it your shoulders? Is it your head? Is it your knees? Is it your back? Is it your hips? Your calves? Your feet? It's okay, Bubba. Where is it that you're feeling tension in the body? That's another thing that I want you to ask yourself. I'm just, again, reading my notes here. I also want you to start practice receiving support, receiving help, receiving words of affirmation. When somebody compliments you, oh my God, that's such a cute outfit. You're like, I just threw this together real quick. You disregard every compliment. It's no, just say thank you, I receive it. And it's going to feel uncomfortable in the beginning. Trust me, it will. Because when you receive help and when you receive support, you're telling the universe that you love yourself. That you don't have to do everything yourself, even though you can. You don't have to. You don't have to hold the weight of the world on your shoulders. You don't have to be the it person for everyone. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for your spouse and your kids. You can allow them to figure it out on their own. It makes them become independent beings. It allows them to see their own power instead of you figuring everything out for them. And then lastly, I want you to notice where it is that you're pushing too hard. Where is it that you're doing the most? And when you catch yourself doing the most, I want you to take a pause. Just take a pause. Because awareness is where things start to shift. Awareness is where things start to shift, because right at that awareness point is right when you can start making a decision. You can make the decision you've always made to push through, power through, to do the most. Or you can do differently for once. Hey, baby. You can try something new. Oh, okay, you want to come up. Come, chunks. So those are some of the things that I want to leave you with. And trust me, I know what it's like. Ay, Dios mío. Okay, come on. Tazzy, really, Bubba? Your claws. Come. You can't get on my lap like you used to, sweetie. You're big. You're like 105 pounds. I know what it's like to be the strong one. I know what it's like to be the pillar to everyone, the support system for everyone, the go-to for everyone. I know what that's like. But I want you to understand that that's not all of who you are. That shouldn't be your identity. We have to learn how to love ourselves. We have to learn how to pour into ourselves before we show up for anybody else. It's not selfish. It is not selfish at all. It's you actually showing yourself in the universe that you love yourself. Because you're no longer abandoning yourself. Get down, little girl. You're no longer abandoning yourself. You're no longer putting other people before you, other things, other priorities before you. You are becoming the main character. You are becoming comfortable being the main character. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because the last thing that I want you to start experiencing is chronic pain and chronic illness, because burnout is the beginning stages of that. And I experienced burnout, I experienced chronic pain, and thank God I didn't get to chronic illness. I finally got my shit together. But trust me, none of those two are things that I will wish upon anybody. So if any of this resonated with you, this, like I said, is the exact work that we do in Return to Self, where we figure out all the different patterns and stories and how you got to be the strong one, how you got to be the one that has to keep it together, how you got to be the superwoman. We get to the bottom of that, right? And then once we've excavated that and once we've gotten to the core of that work, we heal that. And we start tending to the body and removing all the tension from the body, all that, the symptoms of burnout, the chronic fatigue, the tense muscles. And if you've gotten to the stage of chronic pain, then how we can eliminate that chronic pain so it doesn't turn into chronic illness. Link is in bio to join the wait list, so you'll be the first to know when the program launches. DM me if you have questions. But remember, being the strong one, it kept you safe. It allowed you to survive. It did its job. It did its job. But now what you need in order to heal is to soften. You need to soften so that your nervous system can feel safe again. Because there was a point in time where your nervous system felt safe. So you could start healing. You could start this new chapter in your life where you start to actually not only experience joy, you get to receive joy, you get to sit in joy, and you don't feel uncomfortable in it. You actually receive it with open arms. And that's what living should be. That's exactly what living should be for everyone, for all of us. And it allows you to accept support from the people that love you. And it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you weak. It shows that you love yourself enough to share the load with others. It allows for other people to show up for you the way you've been showing up for everybody else. Just doing a little stretching. All right, so that's all I have for you. I hope that this message resonated. Now go take a nap or do something for yourself, whatever that may be, that's going to allow you to fill your cup, to get back some of that capacity that you've been losing. And if you have any questions, DM me, click the link in the bio, join the wait list, and I can't wait to see you in the next live. Take care, bye.